Hello everyone, it's Kiki here, and today we're continuing our adventure into Andromeda 6. Like I said, we are back. We are gonna finish the game, hopefully. No big promises. And first of all, ignore the dishes in the background. I just washed some dishes, but that's fine. Alright, so we're continuing. If you missed anything, you can always go back to the playlist and fill any gaps that you might have with the story, but continuing. I step into my room with a sigh, relieved to have a moment where I can finally be on my own. Today has drained me in more ways than one, and I feel if I don't get into bed soon, I'll collapse where I stand, which, same. It doesn't take long for me to change into some comfortable clothes, slip into bed, and fall asleep. Alright, so if you don't remember the last video, obviously things were a little bit crazy, but we are sort of trucking along, and we're gonna find out how we're gonna navigate the situation. So I wake a little later, and while I feel as though I've only just fallen asleep, by the aches and pains in my body, I can tell it's been a few hours at least. Do you get aches and pains when you nap? I'm not sure, but that's fine. I'm a huge sleeper, by the way. I love sleeping. I can do it any day, anytime. It's my favorite hobby, so I never complain after sleeping. So with a low groan, I sit up and stretch my arms above my head, attempting to stretch out my muscles. Oh, I mean, if she's stiff, yeah. So I feel stiff and sore all over. I immediately see that Damon was right when I find a bruise on my arm and then another on my shoulder. No doubt the After Effects. Oh, After Effects. I'm learning After Effects right now because if you guys don't know, I'm sort of trying to learn design. And one of the things on my course is like After Effects, so this is like really on point for my life right now. So the after effects of having almost fallen to my death in a pit, which obviously would would hurt anyone. So I shudder to even think what would have happened if June hadn't been there to save me. Which, yep, June definitely saved us. I mean, definitely he was not really in the right mind. What is that? Is that, oh my god, look, we have drawings of things of like is this is Zane, alright, and that's Lizzie, which I think wasn't Lizzie the little iguana? I think it was. I don't know, I'm not sure. Like I said, it's been a long time, but we're getting back into it slowly. So I glance at my holopad, check the time while I rub some of the ointment Damon had given me all over my bruises. It's too early to be awake, but my body feels rested and my mind won't let me sleep. Though it's the last thing I feel like doing, I think my body could benefit from a bit of training to help warm it up and get it going again. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's like a... sorry. It's good to have like a little workout, get a little workout in so you can like warm up your body, like a morning workout. Even some light stretching could do me a world of wonder. And after that, a long, hot shower, yeah. So before any of that, however, I need to do something about this grumbling stomach. So we have to eat. Do we have a cafeteria here on the Andromeda 6? I'm not really sure because it's a pretty small ship. There should be at least a kitchen or something. So after heading to the kitchen, I answered my own question. I'm so stupid. For some much needed breakfast and about a gallon of water, I head to the docks to see if I can get my body functioning on at least a normal level again. I haven't seen any of the crew awake, though that's hardly surprising given what time it is. That, and I think that all of us needed a well-deserved night of rest. Alright. So heading down the stairs to the docks, the faint sound of grunts and groans drifts up to me, and just when I thought I was the only one up early. When I hit the bottom step, I spot Ayama in the distance, a bunch of training pads scattered on the ground around her. She's dressed casually and has a couple of holographic targets set up to practice with, fighting two at a time. She's an impressive fighter. I'm sure if we ever matched together in a fight, she'd completely obliterate me, which probably same, yeah. I watch as she expertly dodges a punch from one target, using her agility to get under its arms and take it down with ease. Oh, are they like actual human-like holograms? Because I imagine them like in Star Wars where you have to shoot these little flying corpses, but yeah, I am guessing these are like a little bit more advanced than that. So the other one attacks from behind, and for a moment it seems like Aya has lost the game. It takes only a second for the tide to turn. Aya reaches behind her and grabs the target behind the head, ducking down and using her weight to propel it to the ground, where she finishes it with a final blow. With a triumphant bark of laughter, she stands and straightens her back, shaking out her hands and breathing hard. The targets, now severely beaten, disappear and the program ends. That was awesome, we say. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. At the sound of my voice, Aya turns abruptly, her eyes wide and her fists raised in defense. It's only me, though I might be able to last half a second longer against you than those targets did. Oh, I didn't hear you come in, Ayana says. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. That's alright, I was lost in my own head. Oh, she looks a little bit concerned. I mean, considering what happened, obviously that's normal, but I still kind of like want to talk to her about it because she wasn't really willing to talk about it earlier in the previous episode, so hopefully we can like sort of arrange some sort of talk with her, even though we're not really super close with her yet. We are, sort of gonna, be able to have some friendly conversation. So I spot it only for a second, but the same sadness that seemed to be haunting Aya last night passes over her face. In the blink of an eye, it's gone again, replaced by her usual easygoing smile. Oh, never mind. So how did you get some rest? She changes the subject, and though I want to talk to her more about what's bothering her, I don't want to push it. Yeah, I fell asleep pretty early. You were right, I definitely needed it. She smiles a little, though something about it seems weak, like she's forcing herself to put on a brave face. How did you sleep? We ask her. Not well. She wrings her hands together, and I'm starting to suspect that it's a sign that she's troubled by something. I couldn't turn my mind off. I kept thinking about Orion, everything that happened there, everything that could have happened. She begins to pace, her lower lip trembling as she speaks. June was struggling, and I couldn't do anything to help him. He's my friend. I should have done something. And we can see, obviously, she's... By the way, the drawings, I'm still sort of like very, impressed, because the drawings are very beautiful. You can tell that it's their own distinct style. You could not mistake this game for a different one, I think. Even though I'm not really well versed in other visual novels, but you can definitely tell that this is something unique. So obviously she's a little bit sad, not a little bit, maybe more than a little bit. But let's see what she has to say, and hopefully we can say something to console her or to make her feel a little bit better, because she did nothing wrong, obviously. So, and then Bash and Rayona, we could have lost them both. I step forward slowly, trying not to spook her. I can see how fragile she is right now. If it makes you feel any better, I talked with June last night. He's doing good. I think he really needed that outburst to work through a few things. Really? That makes me feel a bit better. Though it's hard to get past these feelings. I mean, yeah. She turns away from me, her shoulders slumped and her head bowed. A hand flies to her mouth as a sob escapes her and her face crumples. No, she's crying. Aya, what's wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing really. She squeaks the words out shakily between small hiccuping sobs, rubbing at her eyes to hide the tears. It's nothing. I'm gonna say you can talk to me. Obviously, just kind of be blunt, because she's obviously one of those people who are she's very blunt. She's very no BS type of attitude. So I think she would appreciate something like that. Not exactly sure, but let's see what happens. So you can talk to me, Aya, if you want to. About anything. She brushes away the tears with the back of her hand, sniffing quietly. Thank you, but there's really nothing to talk about. I don't even know why I'm crying, okay? It's stupid. I'm stupid. My chest squeezes as she turns away again. She seems so small, so lost, and I'm not sure what to do to stop that. I don't think it's stupid, I promise. I won't think it's stupid, I promise. I try to assure her, hoping that having even one person to listen will make a change. After all that Aya has done for me, all the support she has given me, it's the least I can do, which honestly, yeah. Really the whole crew kind of helped us in a way that, or in a situation where not a lot of people would have helped us, so I think we're pretty kind of indebted to them, if that's even a word, indebted to them, emotionally at least. So she hesitates for a few moments, but when she finally speaks, I know I'm finally getting her to open up, which, great! We haven't been able to do that so far, so that's, every little win counts. A win is a win. A win is a win. Many years ago, my parents sacrificed everything to keep me safe, and I'm grateful to them for the life I have, but I shouldn't even be here. My brother Akira was the one who wanted to join the Guard. He wanted to travel the system and other systems too. She closes her eyes, her lashes fluttering as she pulls up memories of the past. All I wanted was for us to have a home, somewhere we could be safe. I joined the guard as a way to provide for us, but now he's gone. The tears fall thick down her cheeks, and this time she doesn't stop them. We're going to Tularan, the one place he always wanted to see. Realization hits me, and now I know what Aya had wished last night. She wished that Akira could be with her when she saw Tularan for the first time. I think her brother died. The sort of like what happened, because these two, so her and her brother, from what I can remember from very early on in the game, in the main game, is that they were sort of like left as orphans and they had to fend for themselves in like a really bad situation or like a bad social like environment. And I think he died. I don't remember how he died or why or what happened. I think it was like some soldiers that maybe got him, but I'm not sure. You're gonna have to go back to the videos long ago just so you can find out. But once again, a very bad situation, and she's obviously alone right now. She feels like she doesn't deserve to see Tularan since her little brother wanted to see it himself. So that the two of them could experience a new planet together. Yeah. You're honoring your brother's legacy. You have a home, or stay quiet. I guess you're honoring your brother's legacy would be a good way to put it. I think that in a way you're honoring your brother's legacy. He may not be here physically, but I'm sure he's still with you in other ways. I don't know if it's the same for you, but sometimes I swear I still hear Nerissa, which is our sister, speaking to me. I smile at her, hoping she won't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Akira would have wanted you to go to Tularan, right? Yes, but I don't know. It doesn't feel the same for me. It just feels like he's gone. I'm sorry, Kiki. I think I just need to be alone right now, which understandable. Everyone needs that from time to time or often. So I watch as she hugs her arms around herself, making herself seem smaller than she already is. I've already lost so much. Everyone that ever mattered to me is gone. They're never coming back, and I just can't lose anything else. I can't let that happen. She curls the ends of her hair around her finger, her face steeped so deeply in sadness that it hurts me to witness. Ren was right. I am a nobody. When my friends are in danger, I can't do shit to help them. Don't say that, Aya. Ren doesn't know anything. It was you who saved Cal from that prison on Goldis. None of us would be here if it wasn't for you. You're the heart of this crew, which, yeah, I actually completely agree with that. She gives me a weak smile, but this time I know it's far from genuine. I wish I could believe you. With a sigh, she turns away from me, heading back over to the training mats and the device she uses for the holographic targets. Don't worry about me, Kiki. I'll get over it eventually. Aya. I try to say more, but Aya initiates the training device and launches straight into another program. I had initially come down here to train, but I don't want to be a bother, especially when Aya is feeling so down. So heading back towards the stairs, I turn one last time before leaving. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, this is a new type of drawing. Okay. So Aya is standing in the middle of the training mats, her head bowed, and the training program around her forgotten. What is it? This is kind of like a weird, different atmosphere than what we just saw. So I want so much to go to her, to tell her that everything will be okay, but I feel as though she'll only end up shrugging me off again. I want to tell her that she doesn't have to be happy all the time. It's okay to feel sad about things. That it doesn't make her any less worthy. Instead, I drag myself up the stairs feeling helpless. It's not like Aya to shut me out like that, and I'm worried about what it could mean. Alright. So yeah, it was kind of like a weird way of looking at the situation. She didn't look at us at that point, but obviously we were having some thoughts about it, and the whole atmosphere was very like gloomy and not a nice thing. But you know, considering what happened previously, we're still kind of recovering. Everyone is recovering from the whole situation, the shock, the feelings, the mixed emotions, you know. So with my training plans thoroughly tossed out the window, I head back to my room for that long shower I had promised myself. Alright, another day passes as we make our way towards Chrono, finally docking on the space station and going over some ground rules for our visit. I learned that Chrono is a wayward station run by ex-mercenaries, It's a seedy place to say the least, but it also means that the chances of us running into any Chimeri are slim. As long as we keep our heads down and blend in with the crowd, we'll be able to get what we need and be on our way. Alright. So I had managed to... Oh, it says Bash loves you. I'm still like trying to find like little... Oh, we have a rock friend. Was that there before? I don't know if that was there before. Look, there's like a little, like a pet rock, I think it is, with like a little moss on top, like it's his little hair. Alright. So I can manage to go out onto the station and pick up some new clothes and a few personal items, though the options were somewhat limited and as expensive as Aya warned me. Alright. Still, I had found a couple of things that were more my style, and now I'm starting to both feel and look the part of the navigator of this ship. While the rest of the crew were still out doing their own thing, I'd take some time to rest up in my room. My body's still a little worse for wear after our encounter on Orion, and I figured that taking it easy can't be a bad idea. As I'm lounging on my bed playing a little game on my holopad, there's a knock on the door. Oh, why isn't like there should have been like a mini game in this game? Like imagine, because the holopad I'm assuming is something kind of like a Nintendo Switch or something of the sort. So it would be fun to have like a little mini game here or just do something, which I know it probably will be difficult to program, but I don't know about these things. So I push myself up from the bed, and when I head over to open it, I find June standing on the other side, smiling at me softly. June, hello. All right. Oh, and that's Lizzie, right? That's Lizzie, the iguana or like whatever kind of like lizard creature. Which lizard makes sense. Yeah. All right. So June says, "Hey, I hope it's okay that we stopped by." I glance at June's shoulder and at the little lizard that sits wrapped around the back of his neck. Of course. Who's your friend? Wait. Didn't we meet Lizzie? Oh, that was in the DLC, I think. I think it was in Tea Time with Oppo. So Kiki, this is Lizzie. Lizzie, say hello to Kiki. Alright, so Lizzie says nothing, unsurprisingly, but he blinks at me slowly and makes a little gurgling noise, which I hope means he might like me. He's adorable. Is he friendly? That depends. On what? On what kind of first impression you make on him. Oh, well, in that case, Lizzie, would you like to come in? Alright. June chuckles as I make way for him and Lizzie to pass, letting the doors close behind them. Or the door, because it's only one door. So once inside the room, they both look around curiously, and when June turns back to me, his lips are lifted in a tender smile. Oh, so it's really nice to hear. I like what you've done with the place. Yeah, it is kind of like we made it our little sort of like personalized, room, like the rock, the hat. We have some sketches on the wall. We have like a can of cola, I'm assuming, which, I don't know, it says I love something? I don't know. So, thanks, we say. It's definitely starting to feel more like it's mine and not just some random room that I woke up in. June chuckles softly at that, no doubt remembering the same moment that I am, the first day we met. Well, it's yours for however long you want it. Oh, that's sweet. June takes Lizzie off his shoulders, and I watch as the lizard squirms in his hands before being placed on the floor. Once free, Lizzie scampers across the ground with surprising speed. Alright. No, not the boots! Is she, or it's like he, I don't know, because it's Lizzie, I'm assuming it's a girl, but I guess it's a he. So June scoops up my boots from the floor before Lizzie can pounce on them and sets them down on the desk. Lizzie finds a corner underneath it and plops himself there, blinking out at me from the semi-darkness. I hope you don't mind if he hangs out down there. He's very well behaved. Well, usually. He has a weird obsession with shoes. And there was the one time when he tore up Aya's rug, but I'm sure yours will be fine. That's completely reassuring, June, thank you. Sorry, he's been so clingy lately that I think he could sense what I was going through. He's not quite convinced yet that I'm doing okay. It's fine, I'm glad that you brought him with you. I've heard a couple of things about him from the crew, so it's about time I met the mysterious Lizzie. I hope they didn't scare you. Not everyone of the ship likes him very much. I'm assuming Damon wouldn't like him because he's more like a cat person. So if you're talking about Bash, then no, he didn't scare me. That's good. Oh yeah, Bash didn't like Lizzie, I think. Yeah, I think there was like something of the sort. Because in the DLC we met Lizzie, Tea Time with Oppo, I think, which we also did on the channel. So he hesitates for a moment, his face dropping all of a sudden. And what about you? I know that everything that happened on Orion was a bit of a shock. And I'm sorry I haven't asked you sooner. But how are you doing after all of that? Alright, oh, we can say like, let's take on all the Chimera, I'm ready for it. Or we can say, I did not enjoy having to fight. It wasn't as scary as I expected it to be. I don't know, I enjoyed like the, having to fight, even though I didn't get to actually do anything, obviously because it's a visual novel, not like an FPS game, which you guys know I'm really huge into, like shooter games. So I would have enjoyed. Oops, sorry, it's my phone. So I would have enjoyed, to have something like actually fighting those people, but you can't really do that. So it wasn't as scary as I expected it to be, or I can just turn it into kind of like a joke and say, let's take on all the Kumaris. So I'm gonna say that just to kind of like break the ice and like lighten the mood a little bit, because June is obviously not doing so well. We shouldn't need to like victimize ourselves too and just ruin the mood. So I'm ready to take on every last Kumari. I never knew that fighting them could feel so good. It's nice to see the confidence, but oh shit. Alright, I just hope you'll be careful. Confidence isn't always enough. I know. Oh, Calderon is here. Where? Hello? I know it feels good to get back at the people who have wronged you, believe me, but that feeling won't last forever. He lets out a long breath and smiles at me softly. There's something about him that seems different today, and I'm glad to see him so happy. We don't have to talk about all that. I really just wanted to come and spend some time with you. Oh, that's so sweet. Alright. I feel like we haven't done enough of that. He starts to smile, but his face falls abruptly. Hearing that June wants to spend time with me is the best thing I could wish for, but there seems to be something else going on with him. Is everything okay? It's just... I'm sorry that I haven't stopped by to check on you earlier. I had a lot going on after Orion and then June. It's alright. I place a hand on his arm to stop him, smiling at him warmly. I know what you've had to go through. You don't have to apologize. He smiles at me gratefully, his relief clear by the way his shoulders relax. I gesture to the bed before... Oh! I'm sorry, what? I gesture to where? To the bed? Before taking a seat on the edge of the mattress and patting the spot beside me. Oh, say no more. Actually, I think there might be some sort of like intimate scenes. And this is, by the way, the new patch where they fixed the issue where there's no intimate scene with June. So don't worry, guys. I got you. We're safe. We're gonna get that intimate scene. So I'm just not sure if it's right here or a little bit later on. I don't know. So now that we're finally spending time together, what do you want to do? I see his eyes dart towards Lizzie, making sure he's still in the same place before he turns back to me. Well, I was kind of thinking... It occurred to me that apart from knowing you're a princess, I don't know much else about you. June sits beside me on the bed, the mattress dipping with his weight. What else do you want to know about me? He glances away thoughtfully before he speaks again. What did you do at the palace? Did you have any hobbies? That's what you want to know, my hobbies? I want to know everything about you. June says I want to know everything about you. That's sweet. Oh, we can just, Can I not just choose like a few of them? Because dancing is fun, obviously. Reading, amazing. I love reading. Being outside, not so much. Work on my art. I would like choose any of these three. So looking for an adventure, work on my art, or read a lot. So I think I'm gonna say read a lot because I think that would like most fit my character. So I did a lot of reading. We had a massive library that I could lose myself in for hours. Nerissa loved to read too. We'd often share books and talk about them together. That sounds really nice. A small burst of sadness comes over me, thinking how I'll never be able to do that again. Because our sister's dead. Not now that Nerissa's gone. Yeah, it was. I look up at the feeling of June's warm fingers threading between mine, and I lose myself in the sweetness of his smile. That's so sweet. That's so cute. What kind of books do you like to read? Thriller, horror, romance, historical fantasy. I guess it's sort of like historical, but if we do have to, say something like about like a more fictional type of thing, I guess horror, that would be nice. I love horrors. There's nothing better than horrors, not the other word. There's nothing better than a good fright to cheer you up. Oh, I'm not so sure I'm with you on that one. Oh, did I say something wrong? I mean, even though I'm sure that even if he doesn't like agree with us, he's still gonna appreciate us because he wanted to know more about us or the character. So I guess like when you kind of like have a crush on someone, you don't really have to agree with everything they do or say or like. So you can just like accept them. So that's part of love, I guess. So not even a horror movie. There are a couple of good ones out there that are based on books. Well, maybe if you agree to watch one with me. I chuckle at him and he squeezes my hand tight. Of course, I'll keep you safe from all the fictional poltergeists and serial killers. I'm gonna hold you to that. I smile at him. He seems to really enjoy hearing about my life, and I feel that it's been good for me to talk about. Or my former life, anyway. Can I ask you something else? His hand tightens around mine, and as he faces me, I'm drawn closer to him, pulled in by the magnetism he constantly exudes. Of course, that magnetism. Like, look, he's so hot. He has like such golden retriever energy, though. Kind of like those guys that are really pretty, really nice and kind, and they're kind of like a golden retriever, you know. So you just want to be with them all the time, spend your time with them. So we say, of course. And did you like living at the palace? I think about it for a moment. My life on Goldis wasn't exactly the best, but unlike many others in Celiota, it wasn't the worst either. It was comfortable, I suppose. I never went hungry or anything like that. When I was younger, I had lessons I was made to attend, but after that, I was both allowed and expected to keep to myself. I swallow thickly, as I think back on my life, how far away it seems now, despite being only weeks ago. Oh, yeah, it was only weeks ago? Huh? Was it? I thought it was like years ago or something. No, I'm gonna say I enjoyed being on my own because it's nice. I was often overlooked or even outright ignored, but I didn't mind. Being invisible meant that I had more freedom to do what I wanted, obviously. And did you do what you wanted? Mostly, as long as I knew. Oh, that was Bash. Hold on, that was Bash. It said Bash. Oh, I think it's probably like a little bug because earlier we saw Calderon, didn't see him anywhere in the room, but it said Calderon on the dialogue option. Now it says Bash. I think it's just maybe some sort of like visual bug. So it's obviously only June that we're talking about, that we're talking to. So mostly, as long as I knew that I could get away with it. June holds my hand tight in his, looking at me with a tenderness that sends tingles fanning across my skin. It sounds like you're a lot of fun to be around. My cheeks flush with warmth as he looks at me, those deep gray eyes filled with so much affection I can hardly stand it. I start to smile before my face falls abruptly. There's something else that's still nipping at the back of my mind. I wonder what that could be. I don't want to make these too long, so I'm gonna end this one there. But tune in, just in a few days from now, and I'm gonna, post another video. We're gonna continue the story. I like leaving these on like little cliffhangers, just so you guys can, sort of stay on edge and stay excited about the game. So, alright, that was it for today. And like I said, really, really amazing game. Really enjoy it. Love playing it, love sharing it with you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it as much as I do. I'm gonna see you in the comments, so just drop by there and we're gonna say hi to each other, alright? So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'm gonna see you later. Bye bye!